Accepted Jesus Christ as your Lord and Savior, if you've strayed away and are lost, if you need a church to call home and family, please don't put it off any longer. Your next breath is never promised. Visit Pastor James Deichler at Forest Glade Baptist Church, 4277 North Highway 14 in Mexia. He preaches straight from the Bible and never waters down the gospel. Church services are Sunday mornings starting at 10:45 a.m. A church that strives to advance the kingdom of God. Come be a part of this family.
Heritage Real Estate LLC, voted by readers of the Mexia News as the best real estate company and best realtor for 2020, is proud to support the Mexia Black Cats. Broker and owner Mitzi Eves, as well as Heritage Realtors Pat Adams and Kelly Lauderdale, are all graduates of Mexia High School. Together, Heritage Real Estate LLC Realtors have over 30 years of real estate experience, are very involved in the community, and are dedicated to their clients. Heritage Real Estate LLC works with sellers, buyers, and investors for residential, lake properties, lots and acreage, and commercial properties in Limestone, Freestone, Leon, Robertson, Navarro, and the surrounding counties. You can find Heritage Real Estate LLC listings on Realtor.com, Zillow.com, Trulia.com, and many other websites. Call Heritage Real Estate LLC at 254-562-7899 anytime for help with all your real estate needs.
Mexia Insurance Services proudly supports Mexia ISD, the Mexia Black Cats, and the Mexia Lady Cats. Located at 811 Milam Street and serving the Tri-County area insurance needs for over 30 years, with coverages for auto, home, business, life, health, and renters, as well as bonds. Call today for a free quote and a review of your current coverage. 254-562-3894. Go Cats! Simpson Fireworks supports Mexia Black Cat football and athletics. We have items for all occasions, including gender reveals, weddings, 4th of July, and New Year's. For more information and to stay up to date, please visit our Simpson Fireworks Facebook page. Go Cats! Milestones and moments that become memories to last a lifetime. Brandy Garza at Photo Trappings Downtown Mexia is here to capture all of your milestones and moments, offering newborn, children, seniors, family, and special occasion photography. Visit Photo Trappings on Facebook for all the latest specials and mini sessions. Photo Trappings, 115 East Commerce, Downtown Mexia. Call or text.
Big Drip Fashion Hall is now open in Mexia. Big Drip offers a variety of the latest styles of urban clothing, serving boys and men of all sizes from toddlers to 6XL. Big Drip Fashion Hall is guaranteed to meet all of your fashion needs. Come check us out, 1335 East Milam Street in Mexia, across from Hibbett Sports.
Tonight's game is sponsored by Mexia Sports Network, Rear and Rear Mobile Detail, Woodman Life, Subway, Joe Fridays, Elizabeth C. Ferrari Realtor, and Big Drip Fashion Hall. Mexia Sports Network would like to send a big thank you to our sponsors. Some may know and some may not know this business is funded by the owner and co-owner. However, we do offer sponsorships during sports seasons. When you sponsor a spot on the Mexia Sports Network, you get advertisement during live games. Also, your sponsorship assists in obtaining shirts for our announcers and equipment that is used to bring you better services. Thank you all to past and present for your support.
Good evening, everyone. We're here this week for our Week 11 Coaches and Prediction Show here with Mexia Sports Network, bringing you coverage of the Mexia Black Hats football season. We have today with us, again, I'm Wallace High as usual. I'm here. I'm going to be covering this one by myself with Coach Evan Simpson,
yes,
who is the tight ends coach for our Black Hats this year. Coach Simpson, good to see you today.
Yes, sir. Thank you, Wallace. Thank y'all for having me.
Yeah, but we're gonna just kind of hop into it. You know, we always try to talk a little bit about the previous game and then moving on into this week. You know, last week we were faced up against Bullard, who, you know, we covered it pretty significantly. We had a heated playoff game with them last year. They were looking forward to trying to get a rematch with us this year, and there were some district seeding implications on the line for the game. And the Black Hats came out and took care of business and came out with a victory last week. You want to give us some of the things that you took away from that game?
Yeah, going ahead and starting back all the way from practice that week, last week, man, we had a great week of practice. The kids were locked in, focused. And again, kind of like you said, we kind of kept bringing back that old playoff game and how those guys were ready, you know, for a rematch, and they're probably going to try to throw some haymakers. You know, we were ready to try to stay ready for all the trick plays on defense. On offense, we just told our guys, like, if we keep doing what we've been doing, you know, staying on our blocks, you know, trying to get to the linebackers, because their linebackers were pretty good, and that's, you know, that was some of the guys we were worried about for Bullard. And we talked, you know, we focused on that, and we did our job, and, you know, the score took care of itself, you know, so.
One of the things that we got to see, we got a couple exciting plays out there, you know, and especially for your group, you being the tight end, most of the time when we see your group of guys out there, they're lined up tight, they're blocking,
yes, sir.
Trying to set that edge and get some movement for those guys running the ball. Last week we got to see them go out and make some plays, and some of those guys make some big catches and move the ball down the field.
Yes, sir. CC had a great touchdown catch. Mm-hmm. That was a huge connection. I was glad for him and Lamar to finally connect.
Right.
Lamar had missed him early in the season a couple times, but I was glad to see that. And then I know John on the other side, on my wide position, he did a pretty good job for Lamar and Jarrell a lot of times on that right side of the line.
John usually gets those exciting plays where you don't expect for him to sneak out, and then he
ain't very fast. He ain't very fast, but he'll catch it.
He catches it, you know, and that's and it was good to see you guys come out and really handle business, and, you know, not let too much fall by the wayside, you know. And we did see the big play where Miller got hurt last week, you know, and hopefully he's all right. I've seen him, you know, moving around here throughout the week, so we know he's up and doing well.
Yeah, I think the prognosis is really good for him. Yes, sir.
So one of the things, you know, transitioning from last week into this week, you're going into Canton. Right now, last week's victory sealed up the top seed in the district,
right,
you know, moving into the playoffs. But one of the things that we did realize when we were discussing that last week is that you want to win this week to be the undisputed district champions, you know, because someone may try to claim that they're co-champions or whatnot. So how are you all being able to keep your guys focused on it, knowing you've already locked up that spot for playoffs, but you want to end on a big and good note for the last game?
Biggest thing we've been telling the guys this week is just stay hungry. Yeah. You know, don't get satisfied with what we've already done, because kind of like what you're saying, you know, we don't want to go in as 3-1, co-district champions. We want to be undisputed, and not just that. I think us as coaches, we don't want to have a lull. Because now you go into the playoffs after losing the game. It's not usually how you want to go in. You want to keep keep wanting to be hungry.
Right.
So that's what we've been trying to preach to them, and just talk to the seniors too. Tell them you're not necessarily guaranteed after this. We got to just keep playing.
Right.
So
and so just talking about the Canton game. With your tight ends, you're on the offensive side of the ball, and we've talked about it. And I think we've laughed every week because it seems like. We see some of every defense for some of the teams that we play.
Yes, sir.
What are y'all kind of seeing on film and expecting from Canton going into this game?
I think it's going to be very similar to what we've been seeing, and the biggest thing we tell our guys is just stay on your tracks and do your job. Don't freak out if something's happening. Just do your rule and just kind of go with the motion and pick up your guys and work to the linebacker.
Good deal.
So, biggest thing is for this week for my guys is just cleaning up some of the mistakes. Sometimes you can't tell on the scoreboard, but after you watch the film on Friday night, sometimes it tells a different story. So, I'm not satisfied as the coach. Like we got to get better at our job. So.
Like they say, the big eye in the sky don't lie.
Yeah. So, sometimes we had those big plays, but sometimes when we didn't, you go back and watch, and you're like, man, if we would have just done our job here, we could have been successful.
Right.
So.
Well, we want to thank you for sitting down with us and talking with us today. You have anything else you want to share before we?
Yeah, I just want to congratulate all my Ys and all my Zs that's been working for me this year. I really appreciate those guys because, it's not an easy position. We got to grind it out every week, and Keaton Dunn, Will Coleman, CC, Frankie Smith, all those guys. Andrew Sunday's been helping me a lot. Some of my senior guys that's had to play a different role this year that they're not used to, and I really do appreciate that. My Ys have been John and Jabron.
Yeah.
Jabron's having to help us out in some other positions now, but he's been predominantly my other backup Y. So I just I appreciate those seniors, man. It's been a great group of kids, man, and I just want to. Congratulate them on a great season because really, to be honest, man, those guys really buckled down these last few weeks and made it happen.
Right.
So.
I think that was probably the coolest thing, or probably the most difficult thing for some of the guys you have. Most of those guys are wide receivers in other offenses, and they're outside and they're running routes and catching passes, and for them to have to, move in tight and really have to hunker down and be ready to block.
Yes, sir.
They've done a great job through the season. So.
Yep. And I always say, kind of like I was saying earlier, we got things to work on, but those guys have really done a good job for me, and I really do appreciate them.
Well, with that being said, Coach Simpson, we want to thank you again.
Yes, sir. Hey, I appreciate it, man. Yes,
As we always like to say at the end of our segments, go Black Cats, let's bring home a win this week.
Yes, sir. Thank you. That was good.
supports Mexia Black Cat football and athletics. We have items for all occasions, including gender reveals, weddings, 4th of July, and New Year's. For more information and to stay up to date, please visit our Simpson Fireworks Facebook page. Go Cats!
All right, and we're back here with our Week 11 Coaches Show. We're going to have 2 segments of the Coaches Show this week as we split the coaches up to bring them in. We won't have any players this week as they're taking care of some of their future obligations. So right now we have Coach TJ Sadler here with us, and Coach Sadler coaches safeties and special teams for the Black Cats this year. We kind of been chatting here in the break and talking a little bit. We had Coach Simpson the first segment, and he was with the tight ends and the offense. Now we'll kind of move over to the defense a little bit, and backtracking to last week to the Bullard game. You guys came out against a Bullard team that we'd heard a little bit about them being able to throw the ball around and put some points on the board. And you guys defensively came out and stood up to the test and really limited what they were able to do.
Yeah, we knew it was going to be a big week for the secondary based on their previous games. They throw the ball a lot, so we preached all week that they're going to throw the ball, and it's your chance to shine. So they stepped up and took that opportunity to make some good plays.
Right, and I think we were able to force a few turnovers. And one of the things James and I, while calling the game last week, we really noticed is, there were a couple times where offensively we kind of stalled out and they got the ball with good field position, and our defense was able to do a great job of holding and getting off the field and getting the ball back.
Yeah, and it helps too when your offense scores 35 points. But yeah, we took it upon ourselves as a defense to really show what we could do. We'd have a little trouble in the past few weeks, but we chose this week as an opportunity, as a secondary especially, to shut down what they do well, which is throw the ball.
Yeah, and I don't know all the stats on how many passing yards or completions or not what they had, but it seemed like, you guys did a good job of, they got a little bit here and there, but then when they moved down, into our territory, we really kind of clamped down and were able to keep them from, getting closer to the end zone.
Yeah, we determined too that really early on they weren't going to try to run the ball outside on us because our speed on the edges were so good. They weren't going to run it outside, so they either had an inside run or a pass. And once we figured out how to stop those two, it was hard to move the ball on us. Yeah,
and so you guys' game plan worked well, and it helped lead to a victory for the Black Cats. And on last week, so now moving into this week, we have Canton. I haven't really looked at much of what they do offensively this week. I know a couple of their players and things, but I know they throw it around a little bit, and I've heard they got a pretty, good size receiver, and they move the ball a little bit. So what are y'all looking at as far as the Canton game coming up goes?
Looking back at film and stuff, we noticed that they're pretty split about run and pass, a little bit more pass than run, and their quarterback can throw on the run really well. Like, he can full out sprint and launch it like he's standing in a pocket. So we've been preparing for him getting out of the pocket and moving around and staying in coverage and stuff like that. But again, like last week, if we can shut down the pass, it's going to make it really hard to score on us.
And so we talk about it every week. We go into games and we don't ever expect to be the biggest team. Last week Bullard had some pretty good size offensively.
Yeah.
From what I've heard, Canton's bigger than that.
Yeah.
So
Canton's got some pretty big guys down low that are mean, aggressive, physical, and we've been preaching it, same thing. Those guys are big, but they're slow. So we feel like defensively in our front 6, 7, we have the speed to beat them. So as long as we can do our job and not try to out-muscle them, we should have a pretty good game.
Well, that sounds good. Kind of switching gears a little bit for you, talking about you also coach the special teams. The special teams have been big for the Black Cats here, especially in district play. On our returns, we've had some good returns, even been able to score in special teams, and our kicking game has been real solid for us this year. What are some of the things that you look and teach your kids in the kicking game to do, to win that aspect of the game, as special teams is a major part of football?
Kickoff, we have 3 kickers. We have 2 on the field at once, a right footer and a left footer. So you, as a return, you don't know where it's going.
Right.
And we have, I think, 15 different kicks. So we can go in anywhere, anytime, and it confuses returns. They have to plan for us, which is a a time on the weekend that they have to spend, instead of doing offense and defense, they're planning for special teams, which is a huge thing.
Gotcha.
And our kickoff, if we can fly down the field and make tackles, I mean, it's a big play for us.
You just said it. Y'all have 3 different kickers. You know, we've been, I guess, used to seeing 2 as far as being Davila and Martinez out handling most of the kicking duties, and then last week we saw number 33, and James and I could not find who number 33 was in the program, so we were a little confused on that one, and then I had to ask someone later on in the weekend, and they were able to tell me who it was. But you know, he came out, and I believe he's a left-footed kicker as well.
He's a left. So we had 2 lefties out there at that time.
He did real good on as far as placing it and taking care of his duties. So I guess you're blessed with being able to say I have a couple guys that I can go with. And was it because you guys had a good sized lead and you're just trying to get him in and get some kicks going?
Well, our righty David kind of got rolled up on one of those kickoffs and was out for most of the game, and so we had to make that change real quick. And Jesus Suarez, I'm gonna give you a shout out. He started off with the season, and he had some family things he had to take care of, so he was out for a majority, and came back 2 or 3 weeks ago to start playing with us again. So maybe that's why he was not on the program. And he's been practicing, and he stepped up big. I mean, I kind of thought he was nervous when he came in, but after that first one, he kind of got those jitters out.
Yeah, and I think James says it all the time. He loves to see him try to figure out who's gonna kick the ball before they kick it, and where exactly he kicks it. I mean, if you ever watch the coverage of the games that we do, just about every kickoff, James is like, I think they're gonna onside kick it here, or I think they're gonna give me the little bell ringer, or they're gonna kick it deep, And I think that's one of our things, is we always like to joke about who's gonna kick, because we enjoy watching it. And then we started laughing last week because Bullard kind of did the same thing with their kickers, but I don't think they did it as well as you guys do. And then switching back over to defense, and being in the safeties and the secondary position for your defense. One of the things we've noticed and talked about is just how you guys fly around, and y'all make tackles just as much as anybody, and then you guys have done really well as far as coverage here the last several weeks, and you're playing some young guys out in your secondary and outside in coverage, so that's kind of says something good for our future there. So I mean, with that being said, you kind of talked to and covered everything.
Yes, sir.
Already, do you have anything you want to say before we get out of here?
Not really. I know Canton's a pretty good drive, but it sure would help if y'all came out and supported us. We're looking to go undefeated in district. The more crowd support we got behind us, the more we're going to show off. So come out and support us.
Well, Coach Sadler, we thank you for coming.
Yes, sir.
As we always say, go Black Cats. Let's get another victory this week.
Yes, sir.
For over 20 years, Rachel Anderson Real Estate has been synonymous with residential and country lifestyle real estate in Limestone and the surrounding counties. Whether selling or buying, Agent Elizabeth Ferrari can help. Visit ElizabethCFerrariRealtor.com or call 254-747-1602. Real estate market knowledge, passion for helping clients.
You're listening to Black Cat Football and Greer Time Media. Let's take it to the booth with your host, Freddie Greer Sr. You're listening to Black Cat Football and Greer Time Media. Let's take it to the booth with your host, Freddie Greer Sr.
All right, we're back here with our Week 11 prediction show. Freddie cut us back in before we realized it.
He's trying to hurry up the go.
We're going to start off with our high school predictions, and then we'll move on to college and NFL. Our first game on the list is the Malakoff Tigers hosting the Eustis Bulldogs. James, how you got this one picked?
I think Malakoff is going to play a lot of their backups Friday night, but still win 55-7.
Well, I think they're going to win 40-14.
I think Malakoff going to win 60-0.
Are they playing a JV game?
What?
Malakoff and Eustis?
I don't
know. I don't know.
If not, I think maybe the JV will play most of the second half at least, and that'll cut some of the scoring. But I still think Malakoff's going to win like 47-0. And I apologize. James sent us the predictions early today, and I actually did my picks, and then I left it at home. So I'm going to go off of my head as we go through these. Our next matchup will be the Hubbard Jaggers on the road against the Bremond Tigers.
Yeah, this is going to be a pretty good matchup over in Bremond, but I think Bremond will take it at home 30-24.
I got them 35-7.
I got Bremond 31-17.
And I'm going to take Bremond in this one 42-17. Next up, the Chilton Pirates will be at home against our neighbors just down the road, the Wortham Bulldogs.
I think Chilton's a little bit better than what people may think they are. And I'm going to give them the win over Wortham 35-27.
I'm going to take Chilton 28-14.
I got Wortham 28-24.
I'm also going with Wortham in this one, Dino, and I do think it'll be a close one as well. I got them 28-21. Next up, the Bosqueville Bulldogs will be at home against the Hamilton Bulldogs.
Bosqueville 34, Hamilton 14.
Bosqueville 28-12.
Bosqueville 30-20.
I got Bosqueville winning big, 45-14. And then next up, we'll go the number 7 Calvert Trojans over in 6-man will be on the road against the Oakwood Panthers.
I'm giving Calvert the win 38-17.
I'm going to take them 68-38.
I got them 45-20.
I'm taking Calvert in this one 63-47. James got a low-scoring six-man game over there.
It's always defense.
I know.
Hey, as long as I got the right winning team.
I don't know. You expect for everybody to be out there. They're gonna line it up, run smash mouth. Next up, we have the Marlin Bulldogs will be hosting the Italy Gladiators.
I got Marlin taking this one 40-14.
I'll take Italy 28-14.
I got Italy 35-23.
Marlin's kind of rolling here the last couple of weeks, and they're at home, so I'm going to give them the nod here, but I think it'll be a good one and close. I'm going to take Marlin in this one 27-24. Then next up, we'll have the Coolidge Yellow Jackets right down the road. They'll be playing the Aquila Cougars in Coolidge.
I got Coolidge taking this one 60-30.
I'm going to take the Cougars 65-35.
I got Coolidge 55-30.
And I'm going to take Coolidge in this one 56-45. So I think, Vance, you were the only one went with the Cougars. You're going to get the upset pick.
I'm trying.
And then we'll move over in a good 3A district matchup as the Buffalo Bison will be on the road against the Riesel Indians.
And Buffalo's been playing pretty good football this year.
Yeah.
And I struggled on this one, but I'm going to take the Bison 27-14.
I'm going to take Buffalo 28-7.
I got Buffalo 33-17.
And I'm taking Buffalo in this one 35-14. And next we got a big matchup between some traditional powerhouses up in the 6A ranks here in the last few years, as the number 2 Duncanville Panthers will be traveling over to Hewitt to take on the Midway Panthers.
Duncanville 42, Midway 20.
I got Duncanville 35-14.
I got Duncanville 48-24.
I'm going to take Duncanville 56-27. I'm going to get on the 56 train like Dino does sometimes.
A lot of them hit 50 last week.
Oh, next we'll stay with a little number 2 theme, as this one shapes up to be a good one, as the number 2 Aledo Bearcats will be going over to Mansfield to take on the Wolves, and Mansfield's ranked number 6, so it'll be a tough test for Aledo during district. What do you got?
It's going to be tough, but I think Aledo will pull it out 28-14.
I'm going to take Aledo 28-14.
I got Aledo 28-21.
I'm taking Aledo in this one, and I'm going to go 28-24. I think that one's going to be a primetime matchup here in 5A. So moving on down, we'll go over to Killeen as the Shoemaker Grey Wolves will be at home against the Bryan Vikings.
I got Shoemaker pulling this one out 23-13.
I'm going to take Bryan 24-14.
I got Shoemaker 24-17.
And I'm taking Shoemaker in this one 21-17. Next up, the number 3 Lancaster Tigers will be at home against the Molina Jaguars.
I'm going to say it like I always said, the Lancaster Tigers. We are from Texas, Lancaster. I picked them to take this 40-17.
I'm going to take Lancaster 35-7.
I got Lancaster 40-7.
Well, they say there's 2 ways to say it: Lancaster or Lancaster.
Depends on where you live.
Right. But I don't even know where the Molina Jaguars are, so I'm taking the Tigers in this one pretty big, 49-26. Next up, we'll have the number 6 DeSoto Eagles traveling right down the road to take on the number 10 Cedar Hill Longhorns.
I think it's going to be a close one and good one, but I'm taking DeSoto 30 and Cedar Hill Longhorns 27.
I'm going to take DeSoto 28-14.
I got Cedar Hill 30-24.
And I think this is a big rivalry, that was the Highway 60, whatever it is, that takes you
only
up that
about
way.
6 miles.
Yeah, they're only like 6 miles. Half of them live in the neighborhoods that connect to each other, and it's a heated rivalry every year.
That's kind of like John Tyler and Tyler Lee.
Yeah,
that's like Lancaster DeSoto.
I'm going to take DeSoto in this one this year, and I think it's going to be real close.
Yeah,
I'm taking DeSoto 24-21. Next up, we have the number 3 Pleasant Grove Hawks versus the number 5 Gilmer Buckeyes. And this game is a big rivalry in their district, in that area, but it has a lot of implications on our district as well, moving on into the playoffs. So, James?
And being number 3 and number 5, you can call it upset. It's close.
Yeah.
But I'm going to take Gilmer at home, 29-21.
I'm going to take Pleasant Grove, 28-21.
I got Gilmer, 28-27.
Man, I thought I was going to be the one to pick the upset.
Me too. James was in my head.
I picked Gilmer as well. I think it's going to be a close one, but I think Gilmer is going to Gilmer's going to pull this one out, and they're going to win the game 28-27. Next up, we have the number 1 Argyle Eagles will be visitors to the number 7 Paris Wildcats.
And I got Argyle taking this 38-20.
I'm going to take Argyle 28-14.
I got Argyle 40-24.
I'm taking Argyle also 42-21. And next, we'll move down south. This for this matchup is the number 3 Katy Tigers take on number 14 Tompkins Falcons.
I am taking the Katy Tigers 27-17.
I'm going to take Katy 35-28.
I got Katy 30-21.
And I'm taking Katy 28-17 in this one. Next up, we'll have the Crockett Bulldogs will be at home against the Trinity Tigers.
And believe it or not, these two teams their records are even. They're basically evenly matched. So I went off of the rankings in match prep, and Crockett Bulldogs had a better ranking, so I took Crockett 28-27.
I'm going to take Crockett 35-14.
I got Crockett 21-17.
And I'm going to take Crockett in this one as well, 27-21. Next up, we'll move down the road to some of our neighbors.
We're going to have Freddie to start it off on, right?
No, we got one before that one.
Yeah.
Oh, we got Fairfield too.
Yeah.
Okay.
We got the Freestone County rivalry first.
Freestone.
Battle of the Freako. As the Tig Lions will be at home and playing host to the Fairfield Eagles.
I'm going to give Tig the win on this one, 14-6.
I'm going to take Fairfield 14-7.
I got Tig 27-13.
Dino must have some inside information. You
He
think
shows
Tig gonna score that many points?
Well, they did all right starting out the first half against Groves Back. And Fairfield ain't. So I'm going Tig.
But I am going with Tig as well. But I got Tig winning 14-13.
A touchdown over the average.
Yeah, because they playing Fairfield.
Yeah.
I think they'll both score 2 touchdowns, but Fairfield's gonna not be successful on an extra point. Now we'll bring Freddie up here to talk to us, as the Grosback Goats will be actually they're not playing this game.
Well,
they're not playing this game. I think it was on one of the schedules that James used to make the predictions. But yeah, I think Grosback is off this week after they were able to win on last week, and I think they're going to be ready to get set to go into the playoffs. If I'm not mistaken, Freddie, you know.
Yeah, they should be playing Madison.
Dallas Madison.
Yeah, that's next Friday.
Yeah, so
next Saturday.
Yeah, I think they'll be off this week, and they'll be prepared for their opening playoff game against Dallas Madison next week. So everybody gets a win on that one.
Well, just in case, I was picking Normandy 45-40.
I was going to go to Grosback.
So skipping down, we'll move into our district. Where we 7-4A in Division 2. First game on the docket is the Brownsboro Bears at home against the Van Vandals.
That's going to be a great matchup, but I'm going to give the Bears the victory, 28-21.
You said the Bears?
The Brownsboro Bears.
I'm going to take Van 28-7 now.
I'm taking Van 51-7.
I'm also taking Van in this one. 49.
I had to have an upset in there.
49-13. I don't know where.
Good upset.
That's gonna be a big one.
Well, that might mess up the district if they win.
Right.
And then Canton.
Yeah, you just never know.
Well, and we all thought that Michigan was going to win that game last week as well over against Michigan State.
Yeah.
No, I think I picked Michigan State. No, I did pick Michigan. Yeah, we were all wrong, didn't we? So now we'll move to the marquee matchup for our high school pick'ems, as the Canton Eagles will be at home, and our Mexia Black Cats will be on the road to go visit them.
Black Cats 30, the Eagles 14.
I got the Black Cats 28-14.
I got them 42-13.
And I got the Black Cats 35-14.
As long as we win, that's all it counts.
Yeah, right. That's all that matters. So we're gonna take a quick break, and we'll come right back to you with our college and NFL picks.
If you've not accepted Jesus Christ as your Lord and Savior, if you've strayed away and are lost, if you need a church to call home and family, please don't put it off any longer. Your next breath is never promised. Visit Pastor James Deichler at Forest Glade Baptist Church, 4277 North Highway 14 in Mexia. He preaches straight from the Bible and never waters down the gospel. Church services are Sunday mornings starting at 10:45 a.m. A church that strives to advance the kingdom of God. Come be a part of this family. Milestones and moments that become memories to last a lifetime. Brandy Garza at Photo Trappings downtown Mexia is here to capture all of your milestones and moments, offering newborn, children, seniors, family, and special occasion photography. Visit Photo Trappings on Facebook for all the latest specials and mini sessions. Photo Trappings, 115 East Commerce, downtown Mexia. Call or text 254-562-PICS. Simpson Fireworks supports Mexia Black Cat football and athletics. We have items for all occasions, including gender reveals, weddings, 4th of July, and New Year's. For more information and to stay up to date, please visit our Simpson Fireworks Facebook page. Go Cats!
Big Drip Fashion Hall is now open in Mexia. Big Drip offers a variety of the latest styles of urban clothing, serving boys and men of all sizes from toddlers to 6XL. Big Drip Fashion Hall is guaranteed to meet all of your fashion needs. Come check us out, 1335 East Milam Street in Mexia, across from Hibbett Sports.
And we're back here with our Week 11 predictions. We're moving over into our college portion. Our first game on the list is Army at home against Air Force, the big matchup that is not quite as big as Army-Navy, but it's another one of the big service matchups.
And Army's playing pretty good football this year. I'm going to take them 27-10.
I got to go with the Air Force, 21-14.
I got Army, 28-17.
I'm taking Army as well in this one, 28-21. You said that like
I'm ex-Air Force.
That's what what I figured, because he said I got to go with the Air Force. Next up we'll have North Carolina State at home versus the number 11 team, the Miami Hurricanes.
Now I'm taking Miami 42, NC State 21.
I'm going to take Miami 28-7.
I got the U 35-24.
I'm taking the U 31-21. Now move on down as number 9 BYU will be on the road against number 21 Boise State.
And this is one of my upsets that I have picked. I think BYU is going to lose them in that turf up there.
Yeah, that blue turf.
I'm taking Boise State 28, BYU 20.
Well, you're not alone. I'm going to take them 28-21.
I took BYU 28-24.
And I'm taking BYU 27-17. Next up, we'll have number 13, Indiana, at home against number 23, Michigan.
Yeah, Michigan going to come out mad, but with Indiana being at home, I'm going to give them the win 27-24.
Well, I got to go with Michigan 28-14.
I'm going with Indiana 30-21.
This one was a tough one for me because Indiana won on controversial play.
Yeah.
Michigan didn't show up.
Maybe we'll have both this game.
Yeah, so I don't know, but I'm going with the higher seeded team, and because they're at home, and I'm going to go with Indiana winning in this one 27-24. And then next up, Freddie was just confirming with us that Grosback won't play until their playoff game. And then next up, we'll have number 20, Southern Cal, USC Trojans at home against the Arizona State.
I'm taking Snoop Dogg's team 33-30.
I'm going to take USC 28-21.
I'm taking USC 42-20.
Yeah, I'm going to take USC in this one 35-21. Next up, we'll have Temple versus SMU Mustangs.
I'm taking the Mustangs 28-17.
I'm going to take the Mustangs 35-14.
I got the Pony Express 35-17.
I'm taking the Ponies as well in this one. I think they'll get it done, and they'll come out on top 38-17. Oh, now we'll move to the Big 12 as the number 22 Texas Longhorns will be at home against the West Virginia Mountaineers.
They just be jumping up and down.
Yeah, you know, they win a game, they get in the top 25. They win another one, they might be top 10.
Texas proved me wrong last week, and I'm not going to go against them this week, so I got the Longhorns 35-21.
I got the Longhorns 28-21.
I got the Longhorns 27-14.
And I'm going to take the Longhorns as well in this one. I think they'll bring it out 27-21. Next up, we'll have number 25, Liberty.
Where is Liberty?
Liberty is in Virginia.
Yes.
Okay.
It's in Virginia.
And they will be on the road to face their in-state rivals, Virginia Tech.
That's another one of my upsets, but being 25, I mean, you're hanging on the line. So, it could be an upset. But I'm taking Tech 24-21.
I'm going to take Liberty 28-21.
I got Liberty 28-14.
Dang. I'm like James. I'm taking Virginia Tech in an upset, or I don't want to call it. Yeah, somewhat of an upset in this one. I think Virginia Tech will win this one 27-24. Next, we have number 16, Marshall. They just playing good football over there in Virginia. Virginia, West Virginia, over in that area. We'll have number 16, Marshall, at home against UMass.
I'm taking Marshall 35-10.
I'm taking Marshall 35-7.
I'm taking Marshall 35-17.
Well, I'm not going to change the score, and I'm going to take Marshall as well. 35-14. And now we move back over as number 6, Cincinnati, is at home against the Houston Cougars.
Who did Cincinnati play last week?
I
can't remember.
Was it Kentucky?
I watched them, and they look good.
Was it Kentucky last week?
I believe it did. I'm not
It
sure.
Was it Kentucky?
I
don't think it was Kentucky.
No, it wasn't Kentucky. I think Alabama played Kentucky.
Was it Tulsa?
Something like that. It was something like that. But that second half, Cincinnati they kicked it in, and they looked good. They really did. So I'm gonna take Cincinnati 38-14.
We'll take Cincinnati 35-21.
I'm taking Cincinnati 45-24.
And I'm going to take Cincinnati 42-34. And we'll move back into the Big 12 as number 19, Oklahoma, faces off against the Kansas Jayhawks. Where's Fred? Oh, Freddie left.
Where's
no,
Freddie?
there he is. Who you got, your Oklahoma Sooners or the Kansas Jayhawks?
I got the Oklahoma Sooners.
What score?
60-0.
I'm going to go 65.
65-6.
You know what?
So
You might be right.
Freddie's picking his Sooners 65-6 this week.
Well, I'm going to take the Sooners 40-14.
I'm going to take the Sooners 35-14.
Well, Freddie, I'm gonna go a little bit higher than you. I'm going 70-14 over Kansas.
Yeah, I think Oklahoma's going to come out and
3 quarters.
I think Oklahoma's going to come out and unleash on the Jayhawks. I think they'll call the dogs out, so they won't quite get to 70. But I'm going to say 63-7. So next up we'll have number 5, Georgia, at home against number 8, Florida.
Yeah, besides one other game, this is one of the 2 games of the week.
Yeah. Right.
But being at home, I'm going to take Georgia 34-28.
I'm going to take Georgia 28-21.
I got Georgia 28-24.
I'm going to take Georgia as well, 28-17. And we'll move back over as Kansas State's at home against Oklahoma State.
I'm going to take OK State 38-17.
I'm gonna pick Kansas State 35-28.
I got Oklahoma State 28-21.
Kansas, I think it's going to be a close game. Kansas State's a good team, but I think Oklahoma State's going to be mad after that loss last week, and they're going to come back and jump back on track, and they're going to win this one 31-24. So next up we'll have the number 7 Texas A&M Aggies on the road against South Carolina.
And I'm going to take the Aggies 24-17.
I'm gonna take the Aggies 28-14.
I got the Aggies 35-17.
I'm going to take the Aggies again this week. It hurts me every week I have to say it. But I'm going to take the Aggies 35-17. Next, the number 3 Ohio State Buckeyes will be hosting the Rutgers. I don't know what their mascot is.
I don't either.
They'll be hosting Rutgers.
Rutgers Rookies. I'm taking Ohio State 45-21.
I'm gonna take Ohio State 35-7.
I got the Buckeyes 55-7.
I'm not far off from it. I'm taking the Buckeyes 56-10. I think they might score a touchdown and kick a field goal. Now we have the other big matchup of the weekend, as we'll have the number 4 Notre Dame Fighting Irish hosting the number 1 Clemson Tigers.
And with Lawrence probably still being out, I'm taking Notre Dame 35-30.
I'm taking Notre Dame 35-14.
I'm taking Clemson 35-34.
Lawrence is out, but
Yeah,
the DJ kid is good too.
He scared me last week because he started out slow.
Yeah.
But that second half, he really
I think it took him a little bit to get those jitters out from his first start, but that second half he showed every bit of the All-American that he is, and I think he rolls into this now with a game under his belt, and he'll be ready to play. And I think Clemson will still be the better team in this one. I'm going to go with the Tigers winning this one, 35-28. Next up, we'll go number 12 Oregon at home against Stanford.
And that usually turns out to be a good matchup between Stanford and Oregon, but I'm going to give Oregon the win 42-14.
I'm going to take them 28-14.
I got Oregon 30-14.
I'm taking Oregon 28-17. Moving on down, we'll have number 15, Coastal Carolina at home against South Alabama.
I'm going to give Coastal the win 30-17.
I'm going to give Coastal 28-7.
I got Coastal 28-14.
And I'm going to take Coastal Carolina as well in this one, 28-14. Is that what you said, Dino?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Next up, we'll have Dino's North Carolina Tar Heels.
Gets the Dukies.
Going 8 miles right down the road to take on the Duke Blue Devils in one of the biggest rivalries in the country.
In basketball.
No, it's that hatred stems deep in everything.
Yeah, our blood run deep through them. We don't like them.
Who you got moving up Tobacco Road?
Yeah.
James?
Oh, you want me to go first?
Yeah, I'll let you go first.
Well, I'll tell you, when these two teams play, I never pick against my Dukies until this game.
That's a good one.
Because Coach K is not coaching this football team. Don't take North Carolina 21-10.
Mike Brown is coaching this North Carolina team 35-14.
I got them 49-0.
Hey, at least it wasn't 60.
I think North Carolina's going to come out and they're going to play good. I got them winning 35-14.
Which Duke is nowhere as good as they were last year.
No.
They lost a lot. Next, we'll have my Baylor Bears on the road against the Iowa State Cyclones. James?
I hate rooting against my Bears.
It's okay.
I do, because I love the Bears. But I'm going to take them to lose to Iowa State 27-24.
I'm going to take Ohio State 28-14.
I got Iowa State 35-17.
My Bears are going to bounce back this week. I'm riding with my Bears. You can't get me to switch up. And I think that Baylor's going to win this one. They're going to go in and they're going to upset the Cyclones, and Baylor will come out victorious, 31-24.
It would be nice to see.
Yep.
Yeah.
So moving straight on over into our NFL picks. We start out with the Green Bay Packers on the road against the San Francisco 49ers.
I'm taking the Pack Attack 28-17.
I'm going to take the Packers 35-21.
I got the 49ers 28-17.
And I'm taking the Packers in this one. The 49ers, their injury, their injury list looks like a grocery list right now.
Sure right.
And
but they ain't home.
Yeah, they at home.
They're at home, but I'm not sure who's going to play quarterback this week. And
we're not talking about the Cowboys either.
Yeah, and George Kittle's hurt, and I'm kind of upset about that because that takes away one of my fantasy players. So I'm going with the Packers and Aaron Rodgers in this one, and I think they'll win this one 31-17. Moving down, we'll have the Buffalo Bills at home against the Seattle Seahawks, and probably a good matchup.
That's probably going to be the best matchup on Sunday. It just might be. But I'm going to take the Bills 27-24 because they're in Buffalo.
Oh.
I'm going to take the Seahawks 28-21.
I also got the Seahawks 31-24.
Yeah, I'm taking the Seahawks as well. Russell Wilson's playing lights out right now.
That's MVP right now.
So I think he'll keep it up. Now I don't know. I know it's going to be cold and probably snowing in Buffalo Sunday, but I think
if it's snowing, that changes the ball game.
Yeah.
Totally.
Yeah.
And so I think, but I do think the Seahawks are going to win this one. I think they'll pull it out 28-24. Next up, we'll have the Indianapolis Colts at home against the Baltimore Ravens.
And their quarterback for the Ravens playing pretty good football. And I'm going to take the Ravens 30-17.
I'm going to take the Ravens 35-28.
I got the Ravens 42-24.
I'm going to take the Ravens as well. In Indianapolis, they're in a dome stadium.
Yeah.
So they don't have to play in the weather, and that means you have to not only watch Lamar's arm, you got to watch his feet as well. And I think they're going to be able to take down the Colts in this one, 27-17. Next down, we move over to Minnesota as the Vikings are at home against the Detroit Lions.
And they both playing about the same.
Yeah.
So I'm taking the Vikings 21-20.
I'm going to take the Vikings 35-21.
I got the Vikings 24-17.
I took the Lions in this one.
I
don't know. This might be my one up.
One upset?
Yeah. But I think the Lions, Matt Stafford's been playing a pretty good season, and they've been kind of sneaky in there winning some games. So I'm going to take the Lions in this one, 24-21. And next up, we'll have the Kansas City Chiefs at home against the Carolina Panthers.
That's no question. Chiefs 35-14.
Yeah.
Chiefs 35-21.
Chiefs 31-17.
I've got the Chiefs winning this one 42-17. Next, we have the Jacksonville Jaguars hosting the Houston Texans.
This was hard for me to pick because both these teams are not playing very well
at all.
But I did take the Jags because they're at home, 24-17.
I took the Texans 28-21.
I got the Texans 21-16.
I took the Texans as well because I feel they have the better quarterback.
Yeah.
And so I took the Texans in this one 24-17. Oh, and now we'll move to the NFC East.
Yeah.
The least of the East.
And the New York Football Giants will be on the road against the Washington football team.
I'm telling you that Jones kid for the Giants.
He's
if
good.
he just gets some playing time,
Yeah.
he's gonna make a difference for them Giants. But I'm still taking Washington 26-20.
I'm going to take Washington 35-28.
I got the Giants 31-21.
The Giants have been in just about every game they've played.
Maybe
and it's come it's come down to the last possession in just about every game, and they haven't been able to get over the hump. And I don't think they'll get over the hump this week.
Because they haven't played the Cowboys the second time yet.
Yeah. I do think that the football team will get another win, but I think it'll be close. So I'm going Washington with the win, 24-21. Moving down, we'll have the Chicago Bears traveling over to Tennessee to take on the Titans.
I'm taking the Titans 27-23.
I'm going to take the Titans 28-21.
I got the Titans 28-24.
And I'm taking the Titans as well, 28-21. Next, we have the Atlanta Falcons at home against the Denver Broncos.
I'm taking the Falcons 20-14.
I'm going to take the Falcons 28-7.
I got the Falcons 24-13.
The Falcons were able to hang on and win a game finally.
Yeah.
So and they're going to be at home this week. I'm going to go with them winning this one as well, 31-17. And now we have the Los Angeles Chargers taking on the Las Vegas Raiders.
I'm taking the Raiders 24-17.
I'm going to take the Raiders 28-21.
I got the Raiders 31-16.
And I'm taking the Raiders 24-20. Now we'll move down as the Arizona Cardinals will be at home against the Miami Dolphins.
I am taking the Cardinals 27-13. I can't go against Murray. He's playing good.
I'm going to take the Cardinals 35-14.
I got the Cardinals 31-17.
And I'm taking the Cardinals as well in this one, 34-17. I seen Tua came in last week. He didn't do all that great, but they got a win last week. But this week you got to go against Kyler Murray and that offense.
Yeah.
That's going to be tough for him. Next up, we'll have the Tampa Bay Buccaneers hosting the New Orleans Saints. We'll get to see Brady versus Breeze for the second time this year.
I call this the quarterbacks of the retirement home. But
they're both winners.
Brady's got them Bucks looking good.
And Antonio Brown playing this week too.
Yeah.
Hopefully Mike Thomas come back this week because I need you in fantasy.
They might be struggling to get that win at times, but they're still winning.
Right.
And I'm gonna take the Bucks 28-21.
I'm taking the Bucks 35-28.
I got the Bucks 34-24.
I'm going to take the Bucks in this one. I think maybe the New Orleans is trying to figure some stuff out, but I think it'll be a close one. I'm going to go Tampa Bay 31, New Orleans 27. And we'll jump over to our Monday night game as the New England Patriots will travel up to New York to take on the Jets.
And Monday Night Football, Belichick going to be over there with that look. He don't want to be embarrassed on Monday Night Football.
Right.
So I think the Patriots will pull it together 28-17. Have the Jets even won a game yet?
Jets have won a game.
No.
So
you got more points than regular.
Yeah. They're winning the race for the number 1 draft pick.
Yeah.
I'm going to take the Patriots 28-14.
I got the Patriots 30-6.
And I'm taking the Patriots in this one. I think Cam's going to get rolling this week and have a pretty good to decent to good game.
Patriots had won 3 ball games.
And they're only 2-5. They're 2-5.
But I think they'll get that third win this week.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
34-20. And then we'll move on to our Cowboys.
that's pretty sad when everyone at the table goes.
I'm gonna shed a tear.
I think the Cowboys will get in the end zone this week.
The Dallas Cowboys will be hosting the Pittsburgh Steelers.
Look at this.
I had a little more faith going into the week because I was like, Andy Dalton's played against the Steelers, several times through his career.
A bunch.
A bunch. Being in that,
twice a year.
being in that division, and I was like, he'll kind of have things figured out with him. We may be all right, and then you find out he tested positive for COVID and he'll miss the game. So.
Hey, look at it this way, though. We ain't got to travel this week to go kick field goals. We can kick them at home.
But,
James.
like I said, they will get in the end zone. Not with the offense, but they're going to return it their kickoff or a punt for a touchdown and lose 28-7.
I'm going to take the Steelers 35-21.
I got the Cowboys.
There we go, Dino.
I got you. I'm die hard.
Yeah.
I got 27-24. We're going to win off a field goal.
Good night.
Yeah, we're going to win off another long yard field goal.
I'm just talking about 27 points.
I got hope in
Well, I went with the Cowboys, too.
7-6.
Our defense is going to show up, and we're going to limit the Steelers to only 17 points, and we're gonna kick a lot of field goals and score, get in the end zone at least once. And I got us winning this one 20-17.
Diggs didn't look bad.
Oh, defense looked real good Sunday. They look good.
They looked a lot better.
Over there getting burnt every time.
He had 2 interceptions.
Diggs didn't
You
look
got to go with the good with the bad with him.
You gave up 2 touchdowns.
Hey, look at it this way. He looked the best he's ever played.
Yeah.
But he had like 80 balls thrown at him.
Yeah.
So 2 touchdowns ain't bad.
He had 2 picks.
Well, it's bad when we kicking just field goals.
But those picks, well, both of them, I know the one was overthrown was the first one underthrown, wasn't it?
Yeah.
And he picked it off.
You see what they kicked?
We just got to get.
that
I don't
59.
know.
That mug said.
Yeah.
I said he ain't put nowhere on that ball.
I'm just hoping maybe DiNucci gets a little more comfortable.
I think Cooper Rush started this week.
Rush
starting this
Well,
week.
let's go. Maybe
Let's
Cooper
go
Rush
Rush.
will be all right. Then,
Where was he at?
They cut him.
They cut him, yeah.
And then they came back and signed him.
Picked him back up when Dak got hurt.
Yeah, they cut him and re-signed him.
They also got the Gilmer.
Garrett Gilbert.
Yeah.
They picked Cooper Rush up when Andy Dalton got hurt because they had Dalton, DiNucci, and then they went and got Garrett Gilbert. And then after Andy Dalton got hurt, they went and picked Cooper Rush up again. So I don't see him carrying 4 quarterbacks though. You know, so whenever Dalton comes back, I don't know what they're going to do.
Is Prescott going to be?
Oh no, he's
done for the year.
If I was the Cowboys, I wouldn't bring him back whatsoever this year.
No, not this year at all.
And
you let him fully heal and recover.
You really ain't got to sign him. You can franchise tag him again.
Yeah.
But it's going to go up again on you, though.
Yeah.
Because you're going to get Patrick Mahomes 1 year money instead of the $33 million.
Yeah.
31
It's going to be around 36,
36, yeah. It's going to be around now for 1 year.
Yeah.
You franchise tag me?
Yeah. I hope he can buy groceries for the family, huh?
You got to think, that's 70-something million for 2 years.
Yeah. Yep.
Then you're going to get your big contract.
And it's all guaranteed.
All guaranteed. And you're going to get your big contract next following year.
Honestly, he deserves it because he was playing for.
Oh, he was playing good ball.
NFL-wise, he was playing for pennies.
Yeah, he was playing good.
You know, for 4 years.
He was playing good. Now, on the other hand, Ezekiel Elliott, he better come on.
Yeah.
Well, that's not all his. That's not all his fault. There's a little offensive line up there missing some people.
Oh yeah,
that's what I was gonna say. You know,
if we can get a couple more of our actual starting linemen back, I think we'll be okay.
Yeah.
Because 78 just was not.
Hey, what have he been good the last 3 years? Every time Tyron Smith goes out.
How about 71? Left tackle over there.
The Collins.
He threw Dino's boy down on the ground and fell over.
The other one. I was just like, oh my goodness.
I said, whoa, what do we have here? Y'all ain't seen this man on the left side having been blocking nobody for the last 2-3 years, and y'all still got him on the roster? What's going on here?
We're gonna have to go draft some.
They got him as backup, and they decided, well, we're just gonna pay it. We're gonna get him to back him up because we really won't use this guy over here, but we'll just give him $400,000.
And they know Tyron Smith is always hurt.
Exactly.
Always.
He's kind of like Sean Lee of the offense.
Always hurt.
Sean Lee.
We gotta go find him.
He did play one season, get 16 ball games at one time.
Yeah.
Didn't they cut him?
Who, Sean
Lee?
No, he played the other night.
He been hurt. He had been hurt.
Yeah, he ain't been
He been hurt all season.
He just came
50
back.
out there. I'm like, who is 50? No, they
I
cut
thought Sean Lee was cut.
I did too.
He been hurt all this time.
I did not know that Sean Lee was cut.
But even if they did cut him, don't you think they probably go pick him up for one more year?
Yeah.
Because
because what's his name?
Vander Esch.
He always hurt too.
Yeah. It's got where he's hurt too. But other day too, Smith. I was watching on Yahoo and they was showing him that they're putting him out there to cover wide receivers. He can't cover wide receivers. He ain't fast enough. But they were showing it. I saw on Yahoo they had like what game was it? 2 or 3 games ago that they stick him out there wide receivers and the guy run past him.
Yeah.
I mean, he's just not fast enough. He's all right.
That's where you need those safeties.
Yeah, but what safety? We ain't got no safety.
We don't have.
We ain't got nothing over the top.
Is Cheeto supposed to be back this week?
Cheeto, who's Cheeto?
Awuzie.
Oh, what did he back last week?
Was he?
Spot played him or something? I'm not sure.
Maybe they spot played him a little bit.
Yeah, but I hope the coaches are listening to this and taking our advice.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah. It's a whole bunch we gotta do, Gary.
You want a bet?
Hey, it's a safety out there, Earl Thomas.
I know. We can still go sign him.
Yeah, he came in the locker room.
At this point, you can probably get him for the minimum.
Yeah, you can get him the minimum. 8 games left.
Yeah.
You still got a chance to make playoffs in the NFC East.
Hey, Fred, you got that inside
It's the first
line
to 5. It's the first to 5 anyway.
Okay, they've got another team in the NFL, another team in the AFL now, right? In the playoffs.
There's 8 teams.
Yeah.
There's an 18 playoff bracket.
So yeah, you can still. Now we're not getting in one of the wild card spots.
No,
we have to win the division.
8 teams and not one NFC East team is going to be in the wild.
Oh no!
That's sad.
It's going to be a losing record in the NFC East.
Yeah,
it's going to be a losing record.
You can probably win 6 ball games.
Might as well
win division.
All the NFC West
and still get a home game.
Yeah.
Right.
And still get a home game.
Kind of like that football team that goes 2-8.
Yeah, that NFC West, they'll have all 5 of their teams or 4 teams or whatever.
Yeah,
They're
four teams.
They're all have winning records, and with the potential they'll all have winning records at the end of the year.
Crap when the 49ers get into the freaking playoffs and Russ is like, "Where's your boys at?" They rushing up to kick your butt next year.
Yeah, we getting ready for next.
Well, as we sit here and talk, guys, we want to thank y'all for tuning in.
I thought we was off there.
No.
Oh, we was on there.
Yeah. Oh, we want to thank y'all for tuning in for our Week 11 prediction show. We kind of got carried away talking about our Cowboys. Remember, we'll be bringing the Mexia Black Cats football game to you live Friday night at 7:30 from Canton, Texas. Tune in, share, subscribe. Let everybody know that they can find us on Mexia Sports Network. We want to thank you again. And as always, go Black Cats.
Go Black Cats.